We all love food. Of course, we need it to survive, but eating has become more than just survival. Food is at the center of our society. It's everywhere, at every family gathering, sports event, and celebration. There are thousands of billboards and commercials promoting our favorites, but we often don't think about what we're eating. We don't consider how right it is to eat something before we shove it in our faces. Many of us identify as animal lovers and openly oppose animal violence, at least when it comes to some animals. We say that it's unethical for our furry friends to be exploited, but it's normal for cows, chickens, and pigs to be eaten. The vegan lifestyle rejects this idea. While vegetarians don't eat meat or any product that is derived from a dead animal, vegans don't use any products that come from animals at all. This includes foods like eggs, meat, and dairy, clothing like wool and leather, and beauty products that are tested on animals. Everyone needs to adopt the vegan lifestyle. Veganism has many personal health benefits and a positive effect on the environment, and it is morally correct. When we hear the word vegan, many of us often think of a thin, nutrient-deficient individual. And while this may be the case for some, it is certainly not the majority. And while few people turn to veganism specifically for its health effects, there are actually many health benefits of a vegan diet. Many of us grow up thinking that animal products like meat and milk are essential parts of a healthy diet. However, well-planned vegan diets follow healthy eating guidelines and contain all of the nutrients that our body needs to survive. An article titled 12 Important Reasons to Go Vegan Today, written by Ashley Capps in 2014, says that veganism is not only viable for all ages, but that it also causes significant health benefits, including a reduction in incidence of obesity and diabetes, as well as high blood pressure, high cholesterol, heart attack, stroke, and even some types of cancers. An article written by Lucy Rahim on The Telegraph mentions a study done comparing the weight loss of meat-eating individuals and vegans. The study, which was done in 2015, found that those following a vegan diet lost comparatively more weight than those following vegetarian or omnivorous ones. Also, health professionals are increasingly recognizing the link between high intakes of meat and the risk of chronic diseases. Vegans are at a reduced risk of many health conditions, including heart disease, hypertension, and obesity, as stated by Carrie Dennett in her 2017 article for the Seattle Times. Another article found on Medical News Today, titled What to Know About Eating Vegan, found that animal fats have been linked to a high range of illnesses and conditions, including diabetes, arthritis, and various cancers. By cutting these from the diet, the risk of many health issues can be greatly reduced. The article also describes a study done in 2008, which explains that a vegan diet can actually counteract an individual's genetic likelihood of developing a chronic disease, like type 2 diabetes. Many believe that we are currently in an environmental crisis due to the amount of greenhouse gas emissions in the world. According to an article written by Lucy Rahim, previously mentioned, agriculture is one of the largest contributors to greenhouse gas emissions, exceeding both power generation and transportation, and contributing to as much as a third of all greenhouse gas emissions. A new study done by the American Association for the Advancement of Science found that a nation of 320 million vegans would reduce greenhouse gas emissions by 28%. A journal by Brian Henning, found on the University of Minnesota Library, says, though few people connect the steak on their plate to deforestation in the Amazon, the link is now undeniable. In the Amazon, cattle ranching is now the primary reason for deforestation worldwide. 70% of previously forested land in the Amazon is now covered by pastures. In the United States, livestock are responsible for an estimated 55% of soil erosion. It's also the leading source of water pollution and one of the leading causes of air pollution. Many people say they are against animal cruelty while paying for it every time they eat. Worldwide, more than 56 billion animals are slaughtered every year for human consumption. This averages out to 650 animals being killed every second of every day, and this number doesn't even include fish. An article written by Ashley Capps, previously cited, says that it is a common misconception that animals are not harmed in the production of eggs and dairy, when in fact the egg and dairy industries cause enormous suffering and kill billions of hens and chicks and millions of cows and calves every year. In nature, wild hens lay only 12 to 20 eggs per year, but domesticated hens have been genetically manipulated to produce between 250 and 300 eggs annually, leading to painful and often fatal reproductive disorders. More than 95% of chickens used for their eggs are confined in cages so small they can't even spread their wings, and the majority of cage-free or free-range eggs come from miserable hens packed inside filthy warehouses by the thousands. 6 billion male chicks are killed every year by being suffocated or ground up alive on their first day of life because they are of no use to the egg industry. The Vegan Society website brings to light that dairy cows have been bred to produce up to 10 times more milk than they naturally would. Also, male dairy cows are of no use to the dairy industry and are less suitable for beef production. This means that every year, around 95,000 male dairy calves are shot soon after birth and discarded as a byproduct. If these types of injustices were being held against animals that our society has deemed superior, like cats, dogs, and horses, people would be fighting for it to stop. We call some animals pets and others dinner, but the animals that our society has decided are okay to exploit are no different than the animals we let sleep in our beds and become a part of our families. They are all sentient creatures that have the capacity to feel love and fear, and none of them seek death. So today I ask that we all speak up for these animals and stop our contribution to their exploitation. We can all say we're against animal cruelty, but that won't be true until we stop paying for it 3 times a day. It's impossible to cut out all animal products overnight, but we all must be more aware of our actions. We can't assume what we're doing is right just because everyone else is doing it. We have to choose the non-violent and vegan options when they are available. Food has developed into something we revolve around. As humans and as Americans, food is everywhere, and in turn, animal products are everywhere. We don't think about where our food is coming from or the individuals that are harmed, but we all must be more aware of what we're doing and choose the vegan options when they're available. Everyone needs to adopt the vegan lifestyle. Veganism has many personal health benefits and a positive effect on the environment while also being morally correct. And if you think eating meat is just a personal choice, then you're forgetting about somebody.